But what other people are you following who are pushing the craft of OKR?
I mean, Christina Witke has
Yeah,
been at the forefront of this for years.
yeah,
You know,
that's right.
she's been our inspiration, and she's a smart voice on this topic. Her book Radical Focus, I think in second edition now, really foundational, I think, for a lot of
Yeah,
folks about this concept. That goes a long way. I think people out there like Jeff Patton who are teaching
mm,
what he calls passionate product ownership
yeah,
to more agile minded folks are a great force for good. And then I would add that folks like Teresa Torres, who build communities and teach them how to do product discovery,
mm,
enable us to use OKRs more effectively, because the more people that know how to do product discovery, the more likely we are to get these goals to stick.
yeah. One last point. I remember a number of years ago, you were talking about ikigai and your purpose and stuff.
Hmm.
And we recently had Hector Garcia on the podcast,
Hmm.
who authored The Journey to Ikigai.
Yeah.
Where do you see your own self and your own purpose going in the next 5 to 10 years?
I That's a good question. Thank you. I would like my goal, I think, in all of this is
Mm,
twofold. I think if I can help folks make their customers more successful, that's a win for me. While at the same time helping those same folks do better work, be happier at work as part of that, that's the dual purpose here for me, right? So if we're looking sort of that, what motivates me the most, it's both of those things, right? Let's help make your folks successful. And in the process of doing that, let's make you happy at work and able to do what you've been hired to do.
yeah. And what about you, like in terms of Jeff behind all of this stuff? What's the sense of purpose that you get from writing these books?
Well, turns out, and if you had asked me this 15 years ago, I would be shocked at my answer 15 years later. I really like teaching.
Yeah.
I've really fallen in love with teaching. I've discovered a passion for it. It turns out I'm pretty good at it, which I again like I had no idea like that I even had any predilection for this. And to me, I genuinely like when you can get this concept across to someone and their face lights up, and you're like, oh yes, I get it. That makes me happy.
So you think this is your ikigai? You found, as they say in Japan, like this is you found this sense of purpose
Yeah,
in your
I
life.
like teaching, and I'd like to continue teaching this stuff for as long as it makes sense.
Yeah. It comes across, Jeff, like it's not something like sometimes we've had people on the podcast where I feel like they're regurgitating stuff and they just kind of go like this is like you can see when you're talking about it, you're like, this is gets you up out of bed in the morning.
It does, and it makes sense to me. So if I can make it make sense for other folks, that's a win
That's
for
good.
me.
Look, Jeff, I end every episode on This Is Hate City by thanking the guests for, being put on the spot, showing their vulnerability and giving me their time and energy. So thank you so much for giving me your time and energy today. It's been really good chatting with you. I'll put a link to all of this stuff into the show notes, the book. Is there a place where people can go and pre-order it? Because it's out November the 15th.
Yeah, it will be on Amazon.